Listen, what if I told you there's a secret credit union that behaves just like Navy Federal's big brother, but you don't need to be in the military. You don't need to have a family member on the inside that can help you get up to $100,000 in funding. Look, guys, I'm talking about high limit credit cards, personal loans, lines of credit, auto loans, and even mortgages. If Navy Federal ever told you no, this video might be your yes. Stay with me because in the next few minutes, I'm gonna show you exactly how to join this secret credit union using a backdoor method no one's talking about, how to structure your profile so you don't get denied, and how to position yourself for big approvals, starting with a $5 bill, no joke. And no, I'm not talking about PenFed. I'm talking about a sleeping giant called Alliant Credit Union. But look, before I jump into the data, I want you guys to type ready in the chat if you're ready to raise capital this year. All right, what's up, everybody? Look, my name is Marvin, and on this channel, we teach you how to raise capital, how to build business credit, and how to get the funding that you need to change your life. Now, if you saw our last video about the credit union giving anyone $50,000 for a $5 deposit, think of this as part number 2. This is the next level, guys. In this video, I'm gonna walk you step by step through how to get into Alliant the easy way, not like Navy Federal. We're gonna talk about which products you need to apply for first, how people are stacking the products to get to that $100,000 level, and the specific mistakes that will get you automatically denied. So look, guys, sit down for a second, get you a little drink, because the real playbook is in the middle of the video, not at the end. Don't miss that. If you miss that, you're gonna miss the money. But before we break this down, I need you guys to do me a huge favor. If you like these secret credit union videos that the big banks hate, go ahead and smash the like button. It tells YouTube to push the content to more people who actually need the funding. And remember to share it with somebody else you know that absolutely wants to see something like this. And look, I want to see who is really serious today. Look, I mean this. Drop one word in the comments right now. It's ready, guys. If you're ready to stop getting denied and start getting approved, type ready below. I read the comments, and when I see that, it lets me and Gloria know to keep dropping plays like this because you like this kind of content. All right, let's get to it. Let's address the elephant in the room. Why do I say that it's better than Navy Federal for most of you? All right, I'm gonna give you reason number 1. It's access. Navy Federal is the GOAT. Look, we love them, but let's keep it real. If you're not in the military, a veteran, or related to someone, getting in is getting harder and harder every single day. They're starting to crack down a lot and starting to close accounts. Alliant Credit Union is different. They're a massive, nationwide, digital-first credit union. But here's the secret. They give you an easy pathway in, even if you don't work for a specific company. We're gonna cover the how in a second, but just know, instead of who you know, Alliant cares about what you do, and what you do can be as simple as a $5 donation. Look, that opens the door to absolutely everything. Reason number 2, the product suite. A lot of credit unions are absolutely super small. They might give you a car loan, but they can't do big stuff. Alliant is a powerhouse. Look, let me tell you what they got, guys. They got high limit credit cards just like Navy Federal. They got unsecured personal loans that may be bigger than Navy Federal. They got personal lines of credit. For those of you who want to buy a car, they got auto loans, home equity loans, and HELOCs. And if you're a first-time home buyer, they got first-time home buyer mortgages. So when I say better, I mean if you're currently locked out of Navy Federal's ecosystem, Alliant is the lender that can step in and give you the same heavy firepower. So let's get you in the door first, because none of these $100,000 conversations matter if you're not a member. All right, so step number 1, I need you guys to write all this down. You need to go to Alliant Credit Union's website and click join. Now, they will ask you, how do you qualify? So for those of you who might work for a big company like Google or Kaiser Permanente, you already might be in, don't worry about it. But if not, I need you guys to check that list to see how you can join. Now, step number 2, I'm gonna give you guys the back door. If you don't see your employer, look, don't panic. Look for the option that says support foster care to success. All right, here's the play. you can make a one-time tax-deductible donation of $5 to their partner charity, Foster Care to Success. That's it. This $5 makes you eligible for membership. You effectively buy your way into the club for the price of a Starbucks coffee. And this could potentially buy you stuff that you've always dreamed of. Look, step number 3, open the savings. Alliant will ask you to open a high yield savings account. Do it. Look, put another $5 to $10 in there. Now listen closely. Don't apply for credit the second you get your membership number. Look, that's thirsty, okay? We don't want no thirsty behavior, and banks hate thirsty behavior, and also credit unions. You want to set up the relationship first. You get what I'm saying? Set up online banking. Look, maybe set up a small direct deposit. Let the system see that you're a real human being, not a bot trying to just grab some cash. You don't want to look thirsty, guys. I'm telling you. In a minute, I'm going to show you exactly which credit cards to grab first, how to get a personal loan. But first, we need to talk about the strategy of the $100,000 limit, because most of the people get this wrong. You know, you guys are rushing. When you see the title like $100,000 limit, your brain goes, Marvin, are they going to write me a check for $100,000? Let me be real with y'all. No, unless you have massive income, that's absolutely rare. Okay. But what they do have is the capacity to lend you $100,000 across the total relationship. That is how the wealthy think. They don't just want one loan. They want to actually stack the loans. You get what I'm saying? Maybe you get a $20,000 Visa signature card, then a $30,000 personal loan for debt consolidation because you might have high utilization, then a $50,000 auto loan for a new truck or Tesla. That is $100,000 of lending power from one institution. The goal of this video is to show you how to stack these products so you become their favorite customer. Do y'all get what I'm saying? And hey, if you stay with me to the end, I'm going to give you another play, a video that tells you how to get $50,000 in business credit cards. So stick around for that if you guys are really ready to take it to the next level. All right, now let's talk about the credit cards and the personal loans. Alliant has a Visa signature card that is an absolute beast. It gives you 2.5% cash back on everything up to the limit. But more importantly, Alliant is known for generous limits if your credit profile is clean. I'm talking about $10,000, $15,000, maybe $20,000 starting limits for people who have good scores. I'm talking 700 and above. And if you don't have 700, don't panic. We got an AI system that can help you with your credit score. Look in the description below. All right, let's jump into the personal loans. This is where people get excited. Alliant offers unsecured personal loans. You can use this money for debt consolidation, home improvements, or if you're smart, funding the startup costs for your new business. Look, they offer loans up to $50,000, terms up to 5 years. And the best part, no prepayment penalties. So if you flip that money and you want to pay it back in 3 months, guess what? You can do it. And they also have something very powerful, a personal line of credit. This works like a credit card, but it's cash. You only pay interest on what you use. So think of this as your emergency fund, or this is your opportunity fund. Having $10,000 or $15,000 personal line of credit sitting attached to your checking account, look, this can be a game changer for your peace of mind. Now, I got a quick question for you guys. Have you ever been denied for a personal loan? I want you guys to tell me in the comments what reason they gave you. Was it high utilization, or their favorite one, too many inquiries? Let me know, because I can make a video about how to fix that problem if you guys want us to. Now, let's get back to it. Let's talk about the heavy hitters. This is how you get well past the $100,000 mark. Auto loans. Alliant has some of the best rates in the country. Look, they finance huge amounts. Whether you're buying a Tesla, they have a specific Tesla program, or you may want a truck. Look, they are aggressive there also. All right, instead of letting the dealership run your credit 15 times and getting all those inquiries, look, get approved at Alliant first. Walk in with a check. Remember, you're the boss. Don't sit around letting the salesman tell you what to do. And look, if you're a homeowner, this is the cheapest money that you'll ever get. You can tap into your equity up to 80% or 90% loan to value, depending on their current rules. And yes, they do full mortgages nationwide. I'm talking about any state. Imagine this scenario. You join for $5. You get a $15,000 credit card. You get a $25,000 personal loan, and you get a $60,000 auto loan. Guys, think about it. That's $100,000 right there, and we haven't even touched the mortgage yet. That is the power of relationship banking strategy. You know, you guys got to sit down and make a plan, but write this down because I'm going to give you the blueprint. Do not apply for all of this on Monday morning. You're going to get flagged for fraud. I'm telling you right now, I see it all the time. So let's take this in small steps, okay? Step number one, join and fund the savings anywhere from $5 to $25. Look, step two, wait. Let the account sit for anywhere from 30 to 90 days if you possibly can. Set up a small direct deposit. That's one of the best ways to get a bank to fall in love with you. Step three, apply for their Visa signature card. This is your entry point into their ecosystem. All right, step number four, use the credit card, but make sure you pay it off within 30 days. All right, step number five, after 3 to 6 months, apply for the personal loan or the auto loan. If you guys wrote all of that down, that's a surefire way to get approved and have a great relationship. Now let's dive into the mistakes. All right, this is what you want to avoid. Do not apply with a credit score under 640 if you want big limits. All right, fix your credit first. Do not apply if your utilization on other cards is 90%. Pay them down to 30% or less. Don't lie about your income. That is a surefire way to get denied and maybe get yourself in a lot of trouble because they may ask for pay stubs. Now, I know I threw a lot of numbers at you guys. I know you're probably saying, Marvin, should I do the personal line of credit first? Or do I get the card? Hey, Marv, what if my utilization is high? If you're sitting there and you're confused, or if you want to take this funding and actually build a business with it, look, I'm going to give you guys a personal invitation. We've opened up some spots for a free business strategy call. So if you're serious about getting funded and turning into a real business play, not just buying some shoes or going on vacation, look in the description below and guys, actually book a Zoom call with me and my team. We're going to look at your credit profile, see what's holding you back, and help you map out a blueprint to help you get funded. Now, the call is only free if you have a 700 credit score because that's what's going to get you the funding. And guys, think about this. Listen to me closely for a second. Look, if you've been denied by Chase or Wells Fargo or maybe even Bank of America, I want you to know that it's not about your credit score. Look, your score is just a number. It's a snapshot of the past and it's not your future. When you learn how to partner with credit unions like Alliant, institutions that are member owned and actually want to lend to you, it's going to change the game for you. I'm telling you. Look, stop begging for money and start leveraging your credit report. Look, you can get out of the predatory loans that you might be in. You can start that business. You can buy that house, but you got to take the first step and you got to join the credit union. Fix your credit profile. Look, be patient and do the work. All right, guys. So we talked about Alliant. We talked about the $100,000 relationship, but that leaves one big problem. And I know you're probably thinking, Marvin, I don't want to use my personal credit for everything. I want to use business credit. Believe me, I take these Zoom calls and I hear this every day. Look, if that's you, I got an answer for you. We did a deep dive on 5 business credit cards that guarantee high limits. This way, you can build on your personal credit with Alliant and the business side with no personal credit score impact as far as your utilization is concerned. So here's what I need you to do next. Number one, make sure you guys are subscribed. Look, also drop ready in the comments if you want more of these secret plays about credit unions. And also click this video right here and I'll see you there. I'm Mr. Smith.
And we're here to help empower your finances.